Hey crocheters! Today on the podcast I'm interviewing Billie Mills from the Crafty Floridian. She is new to YouTube. Her channel started in January, but she's growing well and she's really enjoying her time. She is a native to Northern Virginia, but moved to Florida to retire in 2002. She's a very crafty, very creative soul who's done knitting, crocheting, sewing. She makes a lot of her own clothes. She has done all sorts of different crafts. Sometimes she sells at craft fairs. She's also very generous, so sometimes she just gives them away. When she retired in 2002, she started a list of firsts. And on the podcast today, we're going to talk a little bit about those. Even though she is new to YouTube already, she is using her channel for a lot of good, and that's going to be one of the big things we talk about in our talk today. So without further ado, here's Billie. Well, Billie, I'm so excited to have you on the podcast. You're the second person I've ever interviewed, so I'm still new to this. So I guess we're all learning new things, so it's good. So I wanted to first off ask, I will have introduced you a little bit in the intro, but what would you say is your origin story? If you're thinking, you know, crochet superhero, comic book, who is Billie Mills? How did you get to here?
Who is Billie Mills? I'd say she's like Wonder Woman.
Perfect.
I have overcome a lot of obstacles. I have relied on my craft to get me through those obstacles or griefs or whatever I'm facing at that time. Mm-hmm. But I believe that's it. I'm a survivor. I'm a Wonder Woman. I can keep going. I can still find things to do. I don't let, people can get depressed over. I see a lot of these crocheters and loomers, and we all have health issues, but we don't let that get us down. We are able to do something not only for ourselves by our crafts, but we feel like we accomplished something. We can do something for somebody else. And a lot of the YouTubers, crafters, they do it to supplement their incomes, by selling them on eBay and so on and so forth. Well, I don't do that. I'm mostly in it for the fun of it,
Very nice, yeah.
I just love creating, and I know I'm going to run all your questions into one because I just keep running along and my brain starts working.
You're perfect. No worries. We can jump around, so.
Okay. But the one thing I wanted to tell you is that I've been watching YouTube for a long time. Mm-hmm. I'm going all the way back to Claire at Bob Wilson 123, way back when Bob Wilson was her dog,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's where I got the name from. And then I started watching Bag O' and Mikey was up there too.
Yeah, with the crochet crowd.
Yeah, we're going back years, right? Mm-hmm. And I watched all of these, and then back in, let me tell you when it was. Back in October or November, I ran across the Canadian Cruncher.
Very nice. We love Deb.
There was something right here that it was like she was my soulmate. Did you understand that? There was something about what she was doing on her channel gave me the idea of that's the kind of channel I would like to have.
Yeah.
Do your crafts, show people, help them, figure out patterns and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And I'm not there to get hundreds of subscribers or likes or all that stuff. I just wanted to share my craft with the people out there that know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's important.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you what inspired you to start your channel, so I'm really glad that you covered that.
It was Debbie. I wrote her an email.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told her that I wanted to send her something, because she had mentioned on one of her broadcasts that she was upset about something, and she hit something or something. And I said, well, I'm going to make her one of my Damn It dolls.
Oh, very nice.
So I sent her a package with a bunch of stuff that I had made and my Damn It doll and everything. And then over the holidays, Christmas, I spent by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm alone. And I thought, well, God, it'd be nice to have somebody to talk to about the things that I do, with all my crafts. So I asked Debbie what she thought, and she told me to go for it, girl.
Yes.
For it. So after a few tries and trying to figure out the ins and outs of YouTube, I did it. So she was my inspiration.
That's awesome.
I always thought that the YouTubers were doing it basically for business, to generate income and so on and so forth, and not for the pleasure.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it for entertainment and pleasure.
Nice. Yeah, there's a difference that you can tell when someone is sharing their joy versus like marketing.
Yes, it's a big difference. Big difference. And I think sometimes, just for me now, I don't know how other people feel, but when I start watching one and they're pushing you towards, their products,
Mm-hmm.
I turn off.
Yeah, not so interested in that.
No, not anymore. I just, go and do something else. Go to a different one. But it's been my lifesaver. It really has.
Yeah.
Being able to talk to other people and know that you're not the only one that's in the situation that you're in.
That's true.
A lot of, I looked at all the figures and everything, and most of my age group is like 55 to 100. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm 74. So
the demographic, yeah.
Yeah, and they most of them have issues, health issues.
Mm.
They're not able to get out. They're homebound. So that's why I do it. It's brought me a lot of joy.
That's awesome.
I laugh at myself. And other people will send me comments and say, "Oh, you had me giggling so bad, and it was so good to laugh again." So there, I made somebody happy. What could you ask for?
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? What you can do through the internet.
The community.
Yeah.
They're all such giving people.
It's so true.
I think one of your questions was, what do I do with the things that I make?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I give them away.
That's
you
awesome.
Like it, I make it. You like it, I'll give it to you. It doesn't matter. I did do, in fact, in December, I did like craft fairs. I did like
okay, yeah.
A couple were inside, one was outside. Well, I retired. I can't do it anymore. I was so worn out, because you have to take your own table, you have to play, and then I think it's discouraging when people come up and look at your stuff and they see a beautiful scarf or whatever, and the lady next to them says, well, you can go to Walmart and get one just like that for $5. Isn't that discouraging?
Yeah.
So you have to be in a group or a community of people that appreciate
absolutely
what you do.
And they value something that's made by someone, not a machine.
Yeah. And if you go to these craft fairs, you'll find that the crafters are the ones that appreciate each other's work. And they'll end up buying, like I did. I bought a cozy, and I had never seen one of those before. Well, now I've got the material. I'm going to end up making, a couple of those. And we appreciate each other's work.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I did want to ask, on your very first video, you said that you're a knitter, a crocheter, and a painter. So what was it about crochet that you said, I'm going to do that versus versus knitting or painting for a YouTube channel?
On the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Crocheting is something that I have continued to do since I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother taught me to crochet. She was born blind, and she had a whole basket of yarn. So she taught me how to crochet after beating me over the head a couple times, saying, you don't do it that way, do it this way. But anyway, I did that. I did a blanket, a granny square blanket. That's what she did, and that's what she taught me. And I still have that blanket after 50 some years, 60 years, whatever.
That's incredible.
And, and then I took up things like when I always crochet blankets.
Mm.
I made each one of my nieces and nephews, when I was in my 30s and 40s, so on and so forth. Mm. But it never went into like washcloths or garments. It's just mostly blankets.
Yeah.
And then I took up knitting. My mother knitted, but she wasn't very good. She knitted a sweater, and one arm was 4 feet, and the other arm was 2 feet.
Oh dear.
So she wasn't really a good knitter, but that was just something that she did, but not well. Grandmother was really the one that did the most in crocheting. Mm-hmm. And so when I retired, I said, well, I'm going to start doing first things. In other words, this is going to be the first for me.
That's really cool.
The first thing I did is I took up painting. I took art when I was in high school, and all along I've done classes, here and there.
Yeah.
Painting and stuff. So then I started painting, and I painted for about 10 years. And I did this huge painting of a chair sitting out on the beach with a hat on the back.
Uh-huh.
And it was huge. I mean, it was like 4 feet by 3 feet or something like that.
Nice.
For a friend of mine that was very, very ill. That was my last paint. Oh, except, you see this behind me?
Yeah, I can see that there.
Yeah, that's when I first moved back to Florida. I had a wall that was empty, and I had this warped canvas. So I just threw paint on it to take up the place that I wanted.
Nice.
So I did the painting, and I did knitting, mm-hmm. I would not read a knitting pattern. So I did, what I did is I found sort of like the moss stitch and this stitch and that stitch.
Yeah.
And I would just make hats and scarves.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't read a pattern. I can read it now, but I couldn't then. And I also did crafts. I would buy, wholesale. I would go out and buy these little trees, and I'd decorate them in wreaths and decorate them. I made cards. I did cards. Nice. I'd go out and I took pictures of some of my paintings, and then I would take pictures of flowers and stuff, and then I would paint some, some of the cards, mm-hmm. and I would sell them, at craft fairs and stuff like that. So that was a phase that I went through.
Sounds like a fun phase.
It was a fun phase. It was a lot of fun. So I just, but I continued my crocheting. Mm-hmm. Then when I got to a point that I couldn't be active again, that's when I started pursuing crocheting on a full-time basis. Because
Gotcha.
I needed something to fill in my time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I needed a reason to get up every morning.
Yeah.
And crocheting is what gave me a reason to get up and to share and to make things for other people that would appreciate and like it.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
So that pretty much answers the question. Where did I have it written down? Where I asked, how working with our hands can help us overcome challenges. And it seems like that's been a huge thing for you.
Yeah, it has. On your worst day, and you think you can't put one foot in the other, you can sit in a chair and start crocheting and create. I like creative part of it better,
Mm.
and I don't like repetition.
Yeah.
Making hats for the kids and stuff. That's sort of repetition because but I'm doing them all different because that means I create a mood. But I like to do things that maybe are a little bit more difficult, maybe a little out of norm, because that gives me a challenge. I mean, anybody gets it down. Crochet, right?
Yes.
Well, not anybody, but
But a lot of people, yes.
Yeah. So it's what you use your talent for. You use your talent to crochet. I think people don't realize it, but crocheters can create, even though they follow other people's patterns. I think sometimes you can take a pattern and put your own spin on it.
I think absolutely.
Make it yours.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just like a variety. I just like variety. I really, you asked the question, what are you obsessed with lately?
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it so much, and I love getting the comments and reading them all and hearing people's stories and I love and the ideas that you get from them sharing their channel with you on projects that they're working on and reviews on yarn. Some of the shopping sprees. The shopping sprees are okay. I don't do shopping sprees because I can't buy yarn. But it's just I don't know. I like the variety of it. And
Absolutely.
I just love usually have 4 to 5 projects going at one time. And you say, why? Well, I don't know. I get bored very easily. Mm-hmm. So if I get bored with one project, I'll run on to the next one. But like I started this, this was a pattern of my own. You see, it's a green. I was going to make it into a cow. Okay?
Okay, that's pretty. I like the texture.
Thank you. Well, I stopped it, and now I don't remember. I can't remember what this row is, so I just had to stop. That's why it's good to follow a pattern sometimes so that you can,
That's fair. Kind of keeps you in line as to what's coming next.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing your own creation. I don't write things down, Valerie. I don't. And I know that I should, but my mind is going faster than my hand. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely do. Yeah. There have definitely been projects that I've been working on that I'm like, oh geez, what were those last 3 rows? Like, exactly. I didn't write that down.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to stop and take the time to do things like that, Mm-hmm. But my little Dammit dolls have kind of, I'm kind of obsessed with those lately. People really like them. Yeah. And I thought that this company that makes the Dammit dolls out of fabric had the patent on it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So my attorney advised me to write the CEO and tell them that I was crocheting them. Well, no, I can't use his name or his. But I found out Dammit dolls have been being made for the past 50 years. Oh. They don't have, maybe in fabric, but I'm doing it in
crochet.
In yarn. Yeah. So my goal is once I get one of those fancy little webcams or whatever where you can shoot down on your project, on your tutorial or something. Because all I do is my laptop. I don't have a cell phone. I don't have a camera. I just got my little old laptop here. So I am going to do a tutorial on those little Dammit dolls.
That would be fun. I have noticed because I've watched a couple of your videos, more than a couple. preparing for this and, getting to know you a little bit better and reading through the comments, it does seem like a lot of people were super interested in your dolls and responded well to them.
Well, I made one of my subscribers, she wanted one, and I said, oh, what the hell, I'll send her one. So I made one, and I sent it to her, and I got an email the day before yesterday. She says, oh, she calls me Miss Billie. Miss Billie, I just love my damn it doll. She says, I took it to the office, and everybody's been beating it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. That was it. That made me very, very happy. I really like that a lot.
That's awesome. That's pretty hilarious.
It was.
So one of the questions is, what is your favorite project that you've ever made?
I thought about that. And I took a pattern of crystals from Bag O' Day, and it was a granny square, but it was a beautiful granny square. It had all these puff stitches and all kinds of stuff, and it was like 15 by 15.
Nice.
So I took it and made a jacket out of it.
Oh, really?
But long sleeves with the cuffs. I took the squares and made took two of them, put them together.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I know it was her pattern, but it was my creation.
Yeah.
Of the, so that was number one. And number two was, I took another one of her patterns, and I did sort of a zigzag thing, and I gave it to a friend of mine to put on, and it was in teal, and she laid it on the bottom of her bed. Well, when I saw that on her bed, I got chills and tears.
Oh, wow.
Because she had that teal and white in her bedroom, and she was so surprised. She didn't know that I was doing this for her. It was a complete surprise. But I have to say that was really a moment for me, to see the look in her face when it was just gorgeous. I just loved it.
That's awesome. So one of the things, go ahead.
I think that to tell people that you can do anything that you put your mind to, and to try different things. And I tell everybody on my broadcast, I said, if you want to do something, go out there and do it now. If you want to learn how to knit or crochet, there's people out there all over the place, and YouTube teaches you everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know how to do a stitch. You want to know how to make an whatever you call your little animals.
Amigurumi.
Yeah, amigurumi. I love the unicorn hobby horse.
Oh, thank you. You can kind of see them back there.
I love it. I mean, you do get it for work. I watched your videos too. I couldn't remember your name the other day, but somebody told me who you were.
No worries.
I can't. I like first names, but I can't put the first names with the name of their, channel. I get a little confused there.
That's understandable.
Most of the time, anyway.
Well, I have 4 sisters, so I was always called the wrong name growing up, so I'm fine. Totally used to it.
Yeah. My nickname in high school was Charlie.
Really?
My name's Billie Dean, and I don't know how that came about, but that's a long story somewhere along the line. But
someone just decided Charlie.
Yeah, I named my first cat Charlie too.
Very
Thinking
nice.
that it was a girl and it turned out to be a boy. So what can I say?
That's funny.
But I did enjoy your interview with Seta. I wanted you to know that.
Well, thank you.
It was very good for a first start. You're doing very well.
Well, thank you, Billie.
Are your plans to do one of these a month or
Yes.
whatever? Yeah?
Yep. I try and be somewhat scheduled.
What did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good. I was just going to say, I try and be somewhat scheduled. Otherwise, I just will forget and yeah, it won't happen. So I'm going to try and do one a month and we'll have 12 at the end of the year.
Would you like me to talk about my hats for kids?
Yes, that is definitely a question I was going to get to. So go ahead. Tell us about this.
I saw on, I think it was on a TV station in North Carolina that I kind of flew in every now and then, where there were some folks that got together hats for kids in schools. And it was mainly in the areas, well, most of North Carolina was affected by the floods last year.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I was talking to my sister-in-law, and my great-nephew goes to a small school of kindergarten through first grade. And I said, well, what do you think of the crochet community making hats for the kids? Well, she says, that sounds wonderful, Miss Billie.
That's awesome.
I said, well, you have to get permission. You know, I don't do anything unless somebody, you know. So she went to the principal and the teachers, and they thought it was wonderful. So we are the community Hats for Kids by Crochet Crafters, and around 60 hats. And the teachers sort of indicated to my sister-in-law that, oh, we know a school that they actually got hats too, the teachers.
Oh, they wouldn't mind.
Right. So I've made it before for the teachers, and then I must have mentioned it, me and my big mouth, I mentioned it, and somebody else says, I'll make one for the teachers and so forth. And I don't know, there's a whole bunch of teachers, but we'll do what we can. But I just thought, this is what I like to do,
Yeah.
And not only do it for these kids, let's do it for other kids that are affected,
Yeah, absolutely.
low income and so on and so forth. So today, I got my first 3 packages
Oh, that's exciting.
of hats. I haven't opened them yet because I'm going to do it after I talk to you, unless you want me to open them on this.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you can do your thing.
I'll do a video and open the hats that I received today, because the teachers want me to write a letter and to mention the group and to mention the ladies or whoever contributed. And then I thought, putting the state beside each name that they contributed from.
That's cool.
So the kids know how far these hats came from. I think that would be exciting for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So you think this is the end? No, we're going to keep going. I talked to my cousin who lives in Front Royal, Virginia, and her daughter teaches PE to children in the low-income areas of Richmond, Virginia, between Virginia Beach and Richmond, Virginia area. So, in fact, that was her that was calling a while ago. So she was going to talk to her daughter because she thought she'd be real excited. So that might be our next project. So if I have any hats left over from this project, it will go to the next one.
That's really cool. And I'm really glad that I was able to get you here on the podcast. Because I heard about you from the Canadian Crocheter, Deb, and when I heard her talking about this, I was like, that's so cool. Like I would love to be able to use this interviewing platform that I'm new to, but kind of working on to help spread causes where people are trying to give back to the community and kind of band crocheters together and say we're going to give a gift back. And so I was really excited to do this and to talk to you about that. And I also think it's really cool that you've got more than one place for the hats to go, because I mean, from what I've been seeing, reading the comments of your videos, you know, people, I have not seen someone who's like, yeah, I made one and I'll send it to you. People are like, I've got 3 coming, or like, I've done 4, like, I'm making so many. And it just seems like there are a lot of people who are just like, gonna send you so many hats. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have enough for at least your first project, and I wouldn't be surprised if a bit spills over into the next one.
Well, this Virginia, she said that she was watching something, and it was something on TV or something. It was like 40 minutes. She made one hat in 40 minutes for the kids, and she'd already made like 3.
Yeah.
And I just think it's, you know, I think it's just wonderful. How we've all come together, you know, and to give back. One of the important things that I did that I always wanted to do is I wanted to be a mentor, which would be wonderful for a lot of crocheters to get involved in, maybe, you know, with a school or something to mentor. And mine was To Take Stock in Children was the name of the organization. And I went with 5th grade. There was a young girl, 5th grade, and followed her all the way up to her 3rd year in college.
Wow.
She was so smart, and I think she would have been a professional basketball player. And the year that she went to, she was going, her 3rd year was at Florida A&M, I think, here in Florida. She got killed.
Oh no.
It was one of the saddest things, and I felt like, at first I thought, oh my God. And I thought, no, just think what I had done for her to get her to the position that she was in, to go to college. And, you know, she would get in contact with me. I'd send her money or send her a care package with toilet paper and and stuff like that. But that's something else that YouTubers could get involved in, as a little mentoring. I have a friend who also has health issues, but she goes to the school once a week just to read with a kid.
Oh yeah.
You know, kids are important. I love children. I don't have any. I love the little babies and young little ones, you know, that you can take and mold their mind. And like that little girl of yours, man, I could do a job on her. She can kiss her to death. She's a cutie. Wow.
She does have a couple of adopted grandmas.
I bet she does. Oh, she's a cutie. Anyway, I'm just saying that the community that we're in, the YouTube technology has widened all of our horizons, I think, and put us in touch with other people that we normally wouldn't. I mean, I would go days not even talk to a soul but my cat.
Oh wow.
And I talk a lot to Rosie. I mean, her and I would have a real conversation.
Yeah.
But, you know, but it's nice to have some real people that you can talk to. I was hoping maybe to go live a couple of times and see how that goes. I've never done that. I don't know how to do it yet. But
I haven't done it yet either, but I've definitely seen some people who have, and it seems to work for them. So give it a try.
Crystal does it like once or twice she gets up in the middle of she doesn't ever go to bed, but she'll, at 1:00 in the morning, and you'd be surprised how many crocheters are up crocheting in the middle of the night.
Yeah, just working on projects, and it's almost like a virtual crochet chat group.
Yes.
You know, everyone's just working on their things, talking, and I think it's really fun.
I think they have some of these chats like you're doing today, where 3 or 4 people get together and I've heard about it. I haven't seen it or, you know, gotten involved in that. I'm taking little baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I didn't think that I would be, after a month, that I'd have 251 subscribers.
Yeah, you're growing quickly.
I was just shocked. I'm still shocked. But I don't know, it's kind of nice that they tune in and really like what you're doing. And I try to put a little spin on it where I love a sense of humor. And I love to laugh at myself, and I've been doing that a lot. But you have to do that. You don't want to cry. You know, you want to just laugh and
True.
So that am I running you over or something?
Oh, you're good. Yeah, we're just chatting.
Okay. I know one of your questions is how do you feel the world would change crochet? And you know what the first thing that I put down? Less road rage.
That is true.
And yelling at kids. Yeah, and yelling at your kids, right? It calm you down, you know, just it's like taking a Xanax. Pull your yarn out.
Yeah.
It's cheaper too. Cheaper. But it gives you a sense of accomplishment, of worth. You know, that you just like making these hats for the kids. That makes them feel like they've done something for somebody.
Yeah.
For us that just sit around and what we have mail. You know, we got a mailman. We don't need a car.
It's true.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want yarn, you dial up Walmart. This is what I do, right? Order my groceries, order yarn online.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
You know, go pick it up, let them put it in your car, and away you go.
Perfect.
Isn't that perfect? I mean, you know, a lot of us have problems walking and can't go into a yarn shop, and that's why it's so nice to see all these beautiful yarns. And I was watching this one YouTuber, a crocheter, knitter. Turns out she works at a yarn shop here in Sarasota.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it's funny because I looked up, just a couple of weeks ago, I looked up for yarn shops in our area, and I found two. Well, that was one of them.
Awesome.
I know, and maybe someday when my legs are working better, I might drive down there just to pop in and say hi or something.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of us are on fixed incomes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us crocheters. So paying $25 and $40 for a hank of yarn is kind of like... Yeah,
it's a little hard.
It's a little high, so you go in for the sales and I don't care what anybody says about Red Heart. I've made blankets for my nieces and nephews 40 years ago, and they still have them out of Red Heart.
That is impressive.
Isn't it impressive? It might not be the softest, but once you wash it a few times, that stuff lasts forever.
Yeah.
So it's so if people want to do crocheting, they can get some yarn at Walmart for $5 and learn, teach themselves. It's worth it. I still have my original G hook.
Really?
That I started with, and it's all worn. It's all the stuff is worn off of it, the color or whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I've hung on to that. That was one my grandma gave me.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love those little things.
You asked about I sew. I make my own muumuus.
Oh, yes.
I make this, but I do make my own muumuus to wear around the house. I mean, why go and spend $25 when I can buy, 3 yards of material? Mm-hmm. One day I bought 3 yards for like $5, and I made my own.
Nice.
Thing to ride around. I think I need some Valentine tea. So you can do whatever you want to, but do it now.
That is very good advice. I think a lot of people tend to live their lives like they get to flip the sand bag over again. Sorry, what's that? Hourglass, not sandbag. The hourglass. Like there's another chance, and there's not. We've got this one. We've got to live it to the full and
I think crocheting it is an artist kind of thing. I mean, you've got to be artistic. Mm-hmm. Some people just don't have the knack. I mean, some people don't even know how to hold a hook.
It's true.
You don't hold them differently, I noticed. You know how people use the yarn. I mean, there's one, they hold the yarn straight out, and do the chaining.
Uh-huh.
Jesus, I can't do that. I guess it must be the arthritis or something, but I can't hold that finger out.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Yeah, that is hard. So, but that's my life, kids.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing your wisdom and your laughs and your insights with us here today. Are there any other questions you would have liked me to ask that I did not?
No, I can't think of any. I just kept running my mouth, running one question into the other, but I answered everything, didn't I?
You did.
I'm a good girl.
You got a perfect score. Well, that's what makes the interviews fun, is the questions we didn't expect, or,
Yeah,
answers we got, they were better.
Really, just you just covered it all, and then it just seems like you ask one question, and then the next one sort of takes care of itself. Explaining everything, but I think it's I just love crocheting. I do. I love it for the fun and the creativity of it.
You've been a lovely guest to have on here today. Thank you so much. And we're going to put all of the links probably in the description to the video where you talk, where you first talk about your hats for kids.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And I mean, if you want, we can put your address where we're shipping the hats in the description as well, or they can just find that over on your channel, whichever you'd prefer.
They can find it on the channel. That way they have to go over and listen to it.
Perfect. Alrighty. Well, we'll link that up, and I hope this helps get the word out a little bit more about your hat drive. I have made one. It's around here somewhere. Yes. Let me see.
Let me see it.
Ah, here it is. My daughter snatched it and wore it once. She doesn't have lice, so it's fine, but...
Oh, that's precious. I love that.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
It's the first pom-pom I've ever made, so that was fun.
Good. You did good, girl.
Thank you.
Great job.
So, yep, that will be heading your way when I find time to, make it to the post office.
Okay, darling. No problem at all. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you
for asking me to do this. It was fun.
Well, thank you for agreeing. I think it worked out well. I really enjoyed getting to know Billie today, and I hope you guys did as well. If you guys are interested in contributing a hat to her hat drive for kids, the links will be in the description, so you can go to her page, her channel, and check out what she has there, and that will get you to where to send the hats and more info on that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been fun for me. Always learning, always growing, trying new things, like interviewing, but I enjoy it, and I'm glad that you guys are here to take part in it. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care.